Hi everyone, Jeff Yasteen here. There is much about the coronavirus fight that reminds me a lot about the fight during the HIV/AIDS epidemic in the 80s up through the mid-1990s, at which point the deaths from that fortunately began to peak. Now, back then, I was an investor just like I am now, but I was also an anchor and a correspondent for PBS Nightly Business Report. And then, as now, in the midst of my reporting, it was no surprise that investors were betting on the biopharma sector to find a breakthrough as the annual number of AIDS deaths climbed above 40,000 and then peaked at 50,000 in 1995. But just like the HIV/AIDS fight then, an investor's dilemma is figuring out where the long-term winners are. And by my count, in our own time now with this coronavirus fight, there are over 20 companies racing to find a drug to combat COVID-19. Yet, there are plenty of risks. In recent months, a few analysts have started to warn about biopharma hype and overvaluation, and others have noted that it's a chance that a successful coronavirus vaccine, if it's funded in part by government money, whether it's the US government or some other government, could be considered public property and perhaps negate the valuable patents that the drug company might otherwise be awarded. So, with all that in mind, with the risks as well as the rewards, where do you put your money without taking extreme risk? Now, I've identified what I think is the stock that will benefit the most from coronavirus research and breakthroughs. I'm not ready to tell you the name of the stock yet. We're going to reveal that soon. But suffice to say that the stock is already up 1,000%, more than 1,000% in recent years. It is well above its coronavirus panic lows of a few months ago, and I believe destined to move sharply higher from here in the weeks and months and quarters ahead. Now, the key to all this is thinking beyond the current sort of gold rush mentality. Instead, as the old saying goes, sell shovels. So during the 1849 California gold rush, for example, thousands of miners flooded in. They hoped to strike it rich, and most of them failed. But some entrepreneurs, the folks who supplied the clothing, the folks who did the financing, the folks who sold the mining technology, yes, the shovels, were the ones who did the best. And likewise, out of the dozens of companies trying to find a drug to treat or to provide a vaccine for COVID-19, most will not see a payoff for one reason or another after the headlines subside. So you need to choose carefully. And in my view, this one company stands above the rest for a handful of reasons. So you need to choose carefully. And in my view, this one company stands to benefit the most when it comes to solving the COVID-19 crisis and to coming up with vaccines and treatments. And thanks to its own pharmaceutical research and development efforts, it's already been able to compound its profits at a 20% pace for years on end. And now, with the many billions of dollars flowing into the search for a COVID-19 cure and treatments, I expect the company's profits to grow even further, pushing its stock price even higher in the quarters ahead. So make sure to look for my special announcement coming up soon as we look for that next big winner and identify the next big winner for the COVID-19 crisis. I'm Jeff Yasteen, wishing you the best of goodbyes.